It's there for all to see. A sad, dejected, miserable Prince Harry following Meghan around like a lost child alongside his own children as they purchase pumpkins for Halloween. This guy can barely crack a smile. His unhappiness is palpable. And the only scary nightmare this Halloween is Harry and Meghan's relationship. It's not so much a marriage as a hostage situation. Harry, a miserable captive, and now just a pawn in Meghan's game of chess before she throws him off the board. Meghan's ambitions now clearly live far beyond her marriage to Harry. She's thinking beyond that. She has plans for the future. And the marriage itself is, of course, not long for this world. Now, this latest video post is all about Meghan selling herself as a solo brand. And don't forget that she's the gatekeeper of her public image, and she's the gatekeeper of Harry's public image as well. Because Harry hasn't got an Instagram, he hasn't got any accounts on X, Facebook, any of that stuff. Harry's got no way of communicating with the world. It's all done and decided by the controlling, narcissistic Meghan Markle. Now, don't forget that she's amassed over 3 million viewers, supporters, followers on Instagram. And that is basically her bank balance for the future. She's going to be using that platform when she goes it alone. In the meantime, Harry's got to hope that she'll post a video in which he features so he can have a couple of column inches. The inequality now, the sheer lack of a level playing field in that marriage is quite stunning. Harry might be a grown man. He might be one of the most famous people on the planet. He might be the son of the king of the United Kingdom and, of course, the late Princess Diana. But he has just no status in his own marriage. If you look at the body language, if you look at this video, he follows her around like a sad, dejected, lost child. And he's basically her assistant. He's the number two. He's the help. Harry is an accessory in his own marriage. Harry is the spare in his own marriage. And once again, this video absolutely proves it. Now, as usual, Meghan is guilty of wild hypocrisy and double standards as she talks about privacy for her family and her children. The big problem with smartphones and the digital universe, she wants to shut it all down because she's very censorious. And yet, once again, she splashes her kids all over social media, turning them into little celebrities. Let me tell you, when they're older, they will resent her for having put them in the spotlight so young. Very different to William and Catherine's children, who will pose for official portraits, very proper with their hair brushed and nice little outfits on Christmas Day and on their birthday. That's how you do it. That is how you present your children to the world, not these titillating little videos where you just see the backs of their head, which is only going to create further curiosity out there in the public about the children. And that is not her job. She shouldn't be doing that. Now, it's the understanding of the Mark Dolan show that Harry absolutely detests Meghan's use of the kids on Instagram. Of course, we can take Harry at his word that he didn't enjoy being in the spotlight as a child and as a young man. Of course, he was born into royal circles. As I said in yesterday's show, no members of the royal family seek fame. And they don't seek attention and column inches because they were born to it. They have it. It's there already. So in many ways, they go the other way and they crave a normal private life. And that's the great irony, by the way, about Brexit. Because when Harry and Meghan left the United Kingdom, I think Harry was quite sincere about having a normal life in the United States. America's a big country. There's lots of space. And he could have bought a farm or a ranch in Wyoming or somewhere like that. Somewhere in the American countryside. And he'd have been very happy. Raising cattle and riding horses, bit of gardening, that's what he would have loved to have done. Get dirty in the mud and the dust and all the rest of it. And then in the evening, crack open a bottle of Budweiser, which is the king of beers. We know it's the king of beers because it says king of beers on every bottle and on every can. That's the life Harry craved. I think that's the life that he thought he might have been getting. Instead, thanks to his wife, not only is he in the spotlight, but she's turning her kids into global celebrities as well. Harry hates it, but he's got no ability to stop her because Meghan calls the shots. Meghan is in charge now. It's the Meghan show. It's not the Harry and Meghan show. She has taken all of the IP, all of the value from Harry's brand, the patronage, the status, the fame. She is now the Duchess of Sussex. My husband, did you know I'm not Meghan Markle anymore? I'm Meghan Sussex. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. I'm so royal. I'm so posh now. I'm so proper. So proper that this rather trashy young woman has DS on her luggage, written really big. DS, which means Duchess of Sussex. It is so cringeworthy. It is crushingly embarrassing. Harry hates that. Harry hates all of it. He hates the life in California. He's so bored. He hates the fact that she's putting the kids on social media. He hates the fact that he hasn't got access to his friends and his family anymore. His life is miserable. And once again, we've got another video that absolutely demonstrates that. So Meghan, as the digital gatekeeper of the Sussex brand, releases this footage. And I promise you, if I was like a detective and I've got to look out for clues as to a crime that's being committed, well, I can tell you that a crime has been committed against Harry. This is a man who is, in my view, the victim of emotional abuse by his partner. I really do. You can just see the shoulders slump. Oh, poor Prince Harry. We're going to go and get some lovely Halloween goodies now. We're going to get some pumpkins and that sort of thing, you know. And I'll get to sort of open the pumpkin with a knife. And it's actually very condescending. Harry's been reduced not just to the help, not just an accessory. He's not just a spare in his own marriage. He's become a child. Harry's a man-child now. He's been emasculated by that woman who won't even call him Harry, which is his name, and which is what Diana used to call him because his name is Harry, and what Charles used to call him because his name is Harry, and what his brother William used to call him because his name is Harry. She undermines him by calling him H and my husband, which is a deliberate attempt to belittle him, to humiliate him, to shrink him down to size, to control him. And I think that's an abusive dynamic. It might be low-level abuse. I don't know whether he's getting yelled at. I don't know whether she slaps him. I doubt it. I don't think she has to. Meghan has emotional power, especially over damaged, slightly broken people like Harry. She couldn't do it with Prince William, who is a rock star. Prince William is an emotional beast of a man. This is a guy in Prince William who lost his mother in a tragic accident when he was a teenager, and he rose to the challenge, and he's been learning on the job ever since as a top amazing prince, as a great husband, as a wonderful father who's not turning his kids into a celebrity and chucking them on social media every 10 seconds. They don't even have mobile phones. He is doing such a great job with those kids. And he would not, someone like Meghan could not belittle William. She wouldn't, if Meghan was married to William, may God forbid, he wouldn't be like that, like Harry with the slumped shoulders and the sad eyes and the sort of, droopy complexion. Right? It wouldn't happen because he's got some ballast. It's a family show, but can I say it now? William has got a pair of balls on him. Okay. I'm sorry. I said it. He's got a pair of balls on him. He does. He's a man. He's a man's man. And Harry now is a man-child. And the idea that she puts him on social media, and it's an unedifying look for him shuffling around in this farmyard, collecting pumpkins and then making the pumpkins. That's not what a man does. He's the father of the house. He's the man of the house. And he should decide, I'm going to take my kids out. We're going to have a pickup truck. See, if I was in America, I would own a pickup truck, and it would be really, really dusty and dirty and messy. It would have mud on it, and the interior would be absolutely filthy. It would be humming, because that is the American dream. Okay, a rusty pickup truck. If I had the means, I actually wouldn't buy some fancy new one. I would buy an old Ford, just a really rusty, old, noisy, environmentally unfriendly hulk of a thing. That's what I would do. Let me know in the comments, especially for my American viewers and Canadian viewers, what sort of car should I get that would fit life in sort of rural America if I make the move? Because never say never that the Mark Dolan show relocates to North America. I could do my own Megxit. I'm not ruling it out. 40% of the audience of the Mark Dolan Show are in the United States. Maybe I need to be in America in order to drop these truth bombs. So tell me what kind of truck I need. But it's going to be a pickup truck, and that's how I would live. And I would say these are my kids and it's my wife, and I'm buying some Halloween goodies now. But instead, it all looks like Harry is a guest of his own family and a guest of his own wife. And the fact that she controls his public image is quite extraordinary. It's wild. It is wild that Meghan Markle, a non-existent Z-list TV actress, now decides when we don't see Prince Harry, whether it's footage or photographs, all done through her Instagram account. Don't tell me that Meghan is not all about control, given the fact that she's got the Instagram account with 3 million followers and he has nothing. She's literally his spokesperson. So his body language, it breaks my heart, I've got to say. His body language is horrendous. He's slumped shoulders. He can't smile. Harry is not happy. I'm in middle age, guys. I've lived a life and I'm a student of human nature and I can read body language. He's not a happy boy. He's not a well bunny. He's not right in the head. Harry is not. Meghan is a terrifying psycho, but Harry is just depressed. Harry's down, okay? And there are psychiatric issues there. The guy needs help. He really does. And I don't think it's therapy, because he's had therapy in California, which is why he talks about himself so much. So weirdly, he's not a great advert. He's had too much therapy. Now, what he may need is medication. I don't know whether he wrecked his brain when he was on the weed all those years, because it's the understanding of the Mark Dolan Show that this guy, Harry, was baked for a decade. Absolutely baked. Okay? And he's written about it in his book, Spare. Is there damage to his brain from that? I don't know. But he's definitely got psychiatric issues. And I will tell you that the marriage, well, it doesn't just not help. Marriage is the center of the issue. He would be so happy if he married a simple, rosy-cheeked, plump girl that worked in a bakery or a barmaid. One of the chicks from Hooters would be perfect for Harry. Perfect. One of the chicks from Hooters would be perfect. An all-American girl with family values, a cheery smile, a sunny disposition, baking him cakes, propping up his ego. That's what he needs. He needs a good woman, a good, honest American woman is what he needs. An all-American gal. Not a sinewy, woke, failed actress with a personality disorder. He should get down. Do you know where he could go? And I'm not even joking. He could go down to the Wendy Burger. Now, are you familiar with the Wendy Burger? The Wendy Burger is America's leading restaurant chain. It's up there. It's in the top 15. What a business, by the way. Set up by a guy who named the company after his much-loved daughter, who's still alive. Lovely Wendy. Anyhow, the bottom line is that Harry loves Wendy's because Meghan doesn't cook. She admitted that she doesn't cook half the time. So that whole show with Love Meghan is a big fat lie. And they get a lot of takeout. And it's the understanding of the Mark Dolan Show that Harry loves a Wendy burger. Probably he has some kind of connection with Wendy because she's got red hair and freckles. He's got red hair and freckles. They both, burn in the sun and don't enjoy the sort of hot climates. Their physiology is very, very, very similar. If there wasn't an age gap, Harry could quite happily marry the Wendy from the Wendy Burgers. They would be so happy together. Oh, hello, my love. Please, may I have another Baconator? I'm really enjoying the fact that we've moved to Iceland, where it's a bit cooler for us redheads, isn't it? Humpy dumpy dumpy dum. I'm not even joking. Harry could go to Hooters and pick up one, and they would love those girls at Hooters, who are, by the way, often far brighter than you would dare think. Do you know what Hooters is? I need to explain, because the Mark Dolan Show, I mentioned that we broadcast around the world and that 40% of our viewers are American. Let me tell you, we have viewers in Canada, the United Kingdom, my country of birth, the Republic of Ireland, South Africa, across Europe, France, Germany, auf die Treppe schnell, Spain, the Netherlands, die Niederlande, Holland. I love the way, I'm very impressed that Holland gets two names. well done, Holland, for quite literally having two names. Because you are called Holland and you are called the Netherlands, and you just have both. And it's like having two different outfits to wear to a party. It's a beautiful, well done. Die Nederlanden, Netherlands and Holland. And we have so many viewers in South America, Mexico, Central America. I cannot tell you. We're so global. Australia, New Zealand, and beyond. So the point is, though, this. Harry is not a well bunny, and now we have the latest. When I watch these videos of the family, I watch through gritted teeth, and I watch with a great deal of sympathy and sadness for Harry, because it's like documentary evidence of what's happening to the son of the King of the United Kingdom. I know you don't like it when I'm sympathetic to Harry, and you're so right. He's a grown man who should know better, and he's big enough and ugly enough to look after himself, and I get that. But I think that he's damaged, and I think that's why Meghan swooped in. So he's there carving out this pumpkin, which it's not becoming of the man of the house. He should be overseeing. He should be helping little Archie or Lily. Oh, Lily, my little Lilybet. That's what he should be doing. I'm going to run a business with Lily when she's 18. She hasn't decided yet, but I'm her mother, and I decide everything. I'm not so interested in Archie. He reminds me of Harry. He's surplus to requirements. You're welcome. It's all about Lily. So he's there. He should be helping Archie. He's a man. What is Harry doing? Sitting there carving a pumpkin by himself with his tongue out because he's got to concentrate. Because we know that Harry's not the brightest. He's not the brightest guy, right? He's not the sharpest tool in the box. So he does that thing when he's concentrating, which is the tongue comes out. He's really well. Oh, when I'm really concentrating, unfortunately the tongue just comes out. Especially when I'm creating a face from a pumpkin. What's he doing? You're not a child. You're a man, and he should be helping the kids, helping little Lily, going careful with that knife. It's very sharp. That's what he should be doing. And instead, there he is, belittled, this pathetic figure. Of course he's carving pumpkins, because he's got nothing else to do. There's no work. Harry has no job. There's no career. All of that has been destroyed by Meghan on purpose. Why? Well, because she doesn't want him to have any agency, any independence. That Netflix deal, it's her deal. And by the way, she's been teasing about the release of the Christmas special of With Love, Meghan, which of course will be reviewed here on the Mark Dolan Show. In fact, I've got to tell you that there are some other episodes of the new season that have not been reviewed yet on the show. I've been putting it off because it's such a painful experience. I've actually got PTSD from watching season 1. But on a quiet news day, I'll do a deep dive and I'll bring you up to speed on some of those other episodes. And they were very useful. You see, the truth is, folks, that you can't ever hide who you are in life. And even though Meghan had 80 people working on that TV show, and she had editors and cameras and paid friends coming in, pretending to like her, even though they'd never met her before. And at the same time, in spite of all of that, it was so clear of what Meghan's nature is like. It was such a diagnostic of her personality. And similarly, any video footage. So this is very, very telling, this Halloween footage, where it demonstrates the huge power imbalance now. Meghan is basically the mother and the father. She's the head of the house. And she decides we're going to do the pumpkins. It's a very Meghan thing to do. Harry's got to go along and just do his own pumpkin and do what he's told and behave. They're her kids, not Harry's. It's her Netflix deal. It's her house. It's her country. It's her home state. It's her Instagram. It's her video. Meghan decides everything. And who's there alongside Harry and the kids? Doria. Doria is back. She's back. Now, Doria lived with Harry and Meghan for a while, and it seems like she had enough, and she got the heck out. She got out of Dodge pretty quickly. But Doria was there, and again, this is all very territorial, because Meghan's got her mother, and she's got the kids, and it's on her home turf. And obviously, Harry's got no representation whatsoever. It breaks my heart. And I've got to tell you, picking up on yesterday's show, Meghan's move into the fashion world is another big aspect of moving away from Harry and preparing for life post-divorce. An insider told the Mail newspaper, Meghan is ambitious, smart, and restless. But this is very much Meghan's show now, they said, in regard to sort of the move into fashion. And wait for this devastating line. Harry is not in the script. Well, we know that. You can see that with the pumpkin Halloween video. The guy's got no control. His day is decided by Meghan. And of course he's making pumpkins because he's got no job. There are no employers there. There's no business. Harry's not entrepreneurial. This guy, he could not sell a cube of ice to an Arab, is what I'm saying. He could not sell a hot water bottle to an Eskimo. It wouldn't be possible. He would fail to sell prophylactics in a whorehouse. This guy is, forget it. He couldn't run a bath. And then we hear, oh no, well, Harry's more focused on his charitable endeavors. Well, Meghan loves that because there's no money in the charities and she wants him to be poor. She wants him to be flat broke because then she's got control. And of course, we know that the charities are a complete disaster. Sentebale, African Parks, Invictus, they want him out. And all of those charities now, I mean, Sentebale is a smoking ruin of a charity and a public relations dumpster fire. So how about that line from this insider speaking to the Mail? This move into fashion is very much Meghan's show now. Harry is not in the script. Now, Meghan's been very busy lately because she's also been talking about her favourite nightly traditions with Archie and Lily. And it's a small family ritual that she says helps keep everyone grounded. And it's all about her relationship with the kids. Because don't forget, they're her kids now, not Harry's. Speaking during a live discussion at the Godmother's bookstore in California, the Duchess of Sussex described how evenings in the Montecito household usually end with what she calls the family's rose and thorn moment. Every night at dinner, we talk about the best part of the day and the bit that didn't go quite so well. It's a lovely way to get children talking once they reach that age when every question gets a simple yes or no. She said 4-year-old Lily loves this game and is always talking about where the roses are and where the thorns are. Well, there's more thorns than roses in that household. I mean, I'm just wondering if I sat there and Meghan asked me how my day was and what the roses were and what the thorns were. Well, I'd say the roses would maybe be your Netflix deal where you've unnecessarily and unjustifiably received several £1 million. And the thorn would be calling the royal family a bunch of racists on your Netflix show. That's the thorn. The thorn would be the fact that you've not spoken to your father in years, even though he paid for your education, and he now lives in a blinking high-rise apartment in the Philippines. The guy lives in the Philippines. He is in the Philippines, high-rise apartment, in a cheap, horrible apartment where I'm sure the elevator is constantly broken, overlooking a 7-lane highway. That's what I would call a thorn in my day, Meghan, is the treatment that you've meted out to your own father, Thomas Markle, who's in a high-rise apartment in the Philippines, overlooking a 7-lane highway. Can you imagine? This guy's got to lay awake at night in bed, right? Probably no air conditioning in that flat. He's at the Philippines, a beautiful country. I've got viewers in the Philippines, but it's a poor country. A third of people live below the poverty line, including Thomas Markle, a guy that spent $500,000 on her education. She also spoke about how she likes to fill the house with music from the moment she wakes up. You see, it's very territorial. Do you really want to live in a house where your wife just is like blaring out music first thing in the morning? Maybe Harry likes silence. Maybe Harry wants to chill out and wake up slowly with, I don't know about you, I like the spoken word in the morning. I like the radio. I like a bit of news coverage, that kind of thing. On the news headlines, I'll tell you what's amazing in the UK. The shipping forecast. Perfect. The shipping forecast. So, but no. Meghan likes her loud music. And that's because she wants to dominate the household. It's her house, it's her kids, it's her country, it's her home state, it's her Instagram. It's her Netflix deal. It's her money, it's her career, it's her marriage. It's where we are. I'm so sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. It's exactly where we are. So, I'm still in love with you, shooting star. Duchess spoke about how she likes to fill the house with music from the moment she wakes up and keeps a comforting, healing blanket on hand whenever one of the children feels under the weather. Yeah, she's so good to the kids. They've got a healing blanket. They have their little rose and thorn chat. Maybe they could FaceTime their grandfather just once. Would that be okay for them to meet Thomas Markle Sr.? Is that too much to ask? Now, this conversation on the part of Meghan, part of an evening titled Creating a Home Filled with Joy, good luck with that, was hosted by author and lifestyle creator Courtney Adamo, another slavish Meghan fan. And Meghan was talking about the fact that she and this lady, Courtney, they were at university together. They reminisced about traveling through France together on a shoestring as students. Yeah, traveling through France and at Northwestern University, paid for by Thomas Markle, who's been airbrushed out of Meghan's history. You couldn't make it up. Anyway, it kills me to see what's happening to Harry. Because, I mean, I'm almost sympathetic. But we've got the footage now. We have the evidence. There it is, on film, that the guy's miserable. He's got terrible regrets. His body language is a disaster. And the marriage is over. And when they divorce, it'll be on Meghan's terms because there's no prenup. So Harry is going to lose any dough that he's got. There will be a Californian lawyer on the phone to Prince Charles going, hey there, my name is Sheldon Rubenstein, and I'm California's best lawyer. And I'm taking all of Harry's money. And I want some of your stuff from England, too. I'll take Buckingham Palace and half of Sandringham, and I'll have a few lakes and 2 rivers in Wales. You're welcome. I swear to God, I kid you not, when they get divorced, Meghan is going to take Harry down and she's going to take him down to Chinatown. There's no prenup. The guy is between a rock and a hard place. He's stuck in the joyless marriage, as evidenced by the Halloween video. And he can just remain like that as a spare in his own marriage for the next 20 years, moping around the house. Or he divorces her and is left with nothing, no access to the kids. He'll have to go back to England and he'll FaceTime the kids from time to time. Harry will become Thomas Markle 2.0. The future is very bleak for Harry. Let me know in the comments, should he stick around and try to make the best of a bad situation, or should he accept a divorce from Meghan and try to rebuild his life? I think it's a horrible choice, and I don't think either plays out well, which is why the guy is so depressed. Folks, it's been great to talk. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for surprise videos, and I will see you tomorrow. I cannot wait. Lovers leap off burning buildings, live our life on borrowed times. Inspiration leaves you clinging in the eyes of a house on fire. Lovers leap off burning buildings.